Okay, it is 11:11 and it is New Year's Eve in the Pacific time zone anyway. 11:11 of New Year's Eve for us. Some of you listening, it will be New Year's Day already. So this is a special blessings from the dragon. It's very well, let's just say timely. We're marking a portal of moving from 2025 into 2026. And so I'm Stephen the Channeler,
And this is Stephanie. Hello.
and we welcome each and every one of you. While we're waiting for everyone to assemble, and we'll do shout outs in a moment, we'll just do a couple of announcements. The first announcement being that the Level 2 classes is starting soon, less than a week now. It'll be starting on January 4th. That's this coming Sunday. And let's see. It is this coming Sunday, isn't it? Wow, it's coming right up. So we will be doing beautiful hands-on, more advanced working with Dragon Energies with the Level 2 class. And Jadon Se has already channeled a beautiful curriculum for it, and we are still gathering all the information, slides, and all that together. But it's promising to be a really neat one. So, any of you who have either completed, well, I guess both level 1 classes are now complete. So, congratulations to the second class. There's some new Dragon Keepers joining everyone's ranks, and they've the truly officially initiated ones anyway. So we welcome each and every one of you who has taken the level 1 classes, and of course the ones this is optional. Taking these classes are just a way of learning to work with Dragon Energies. So we recommend them, but it is absolutely not necessary for you to join us for all of these gatherings. And anyway, the level 2 classes will begin on the 4th. Then we will have 2 more months of level 1 classes, probably shifting platforms for the second 2 versions of the level 1 classes. It'll still be the same curriculum, but we may be moving over to the New Earth 1 platform for that. We'll see about that. But the level 2 class won't be offered again until April. So if you have taken the level 1, this is your chance. You have less than a week to sign up, and otherwise you'll have to wait for April. And the level 2 April class may also be switching platforms. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. We're trying new things all the time, trying to improve what we're doing. Okay, so very good. People are starting to check in. That's the announcement for the level 2 class. We are just 2 or 3 orders shy of the pre-order for the physical Oracle deck order. That should be going out very rapidly as soon as we get a couple more orders. We're excited about that, and we will report back as to when the first orders will come in. And we have some people abroad asking if we can ship the decks internationally, and we just don't have experience with that yet. So if you are international and you wish to order one of these physical decks, please just provide some sort of U.S. address that we can ship it to, and you can have somebody else forward it on to your country. So that way we don't have to be experts in international shipping overnight. And but we do want to get these decks into the hands of everyone who wants them. Again, the decks are available as apps on the Apple iOS store and on the Google Play Store. Just search for Golden Dragon Oracle Deck. So you can have the full deck on your phone, replete with Jadon Se's channeled audio for each card reading. So the apps do have that advantage. They have audio that goes along with each card. So, okay, I think that's it for announcements. Let's just go ahead and do some shout outs to see where in the world everyone is today on this New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, depending on where on this shining globe you are. Please go ahead and let us know. I see that Stephanie's mom is joining us from North Bend, Oregon.
Hello, Mom.
And we have Groves, Texas in the house. We have Paso Robles, California in the house. And we have somebody growling over here at probably a bird or something outside. Where else are we today? Shout it out. Where are you joining us from right now on this New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, depending on which side of the date line you are right now? Okay, well, not a lot of shout outs coming in, so we have Utah in the house. Yay.
Welcome.
Either everyone's slow to join or busy with other plans today. Okay, here they come. Amsterdam, Netherlands, Ardmore, Oklahoma. We have Los Angeles, California. London, England is in the house. We have South Africa in the house. Yay. So, look, Central Texas is in the house. All right. So we have quite a gathering starting to occur here. Good. Again, if you missed or you're just joining, Happy New Year's Eve from the Pacific time zone, or New Year's Day from out back east, out in the eastern realms, let's say. We have Berkeley, California in the house. And before we bring in Jadon Se, I would like to do a little prayer with everyone, and that is, let us be thankful for everything that has occurred in 2025. So much shifting on this world, and not all of it pleasant, but I believe all of it for the better and for the higher good and the highest timeline for humanity here and for Gaia and the ascension. And so we're very thankful for all that has shifted, all that has been revealed, all that has come to light, all of our new understandings, and most of all for the rise of the divine feminine. And it is so beautiful to have just more justice coming our way, really. And I think that's why Lady Justice is always shown holding the scales of justice. She's a divine feminine type, right? This is justice for all. It's part of compassion is justice. So it is beautiful that so much has come to light in 2025 that we are now able to move into a golden age, and really because of all of this. So we're very thankful. Let's all give thanks right now for every positive revelation and understanding and bit of news, and for all of those who have struggled so hard and felt the pain of bringing all of this to light, and those who have taken on corruption or taken on injustices, and really fought for the underdog, and those of us who have just held compassion and love in our hearts for our fellow beings and for Gaia. We give thanks for all the beautiful light workers here, the beautiful beings who are standing up for what is right and for the highest timeline. And this is why the Golden Age is coming. So thank you to each one of you who has done something to help that.
I do not know why he's growling.
We have a hound that is, there's something going on with this dog. Maybe he wants to add. We thank the puppy realms and the dog realms for everything positive that has happened. So, and then we've finished this prayer with May 2026. May this year of 2026 be the year where justice comes from all of this, where the new golden age comes out of all of these different truths that have come to light, the new transparency and all of that. So let us all just send the best, highest intentions for the golden age to really get off to a start for everyone on this shining world. No matter where you are, no matter what nation, what color your skin is, no matter what your socioeconomic status is, or your background, or your religion, your creeds, your culture, we pray for everyone to be vaulted up to the highest timeline in the eyes of the highest divine. Let us pray for this. It's beautiful. It's just... it's our intentions that bring these realities about, and that's what Jadon Se says so often. Stephanie, do you have anything you want to add for 2025 and 2026?
I just want to share that as I woke up this morning and stepped outside, there's beautiful rainbow hues in our area and a few galactic clouds, and that always just brings joy to my heart. So we have some nice energies flowing here.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, well, let's just, without any more further ado, let's go into channel here and see what Jadon Se has to say. And while we were putting that prayer out there, we have Chile and Holland joining. So beautiful. Yeah, I kind of felt Jadon Se coming in a little bit there too while I was while I was bringing that prayer in. I think he has a lot more to add. So, but thank you for that home drawn. Yes, it's true that Jadon Se came in a little bit right now. Okay, so let's let him fully in now. I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the Third Arc of Consciousness, and this is a gathering, a beautiful gathering of light workers, dragon keepers, those who are working for the highest, greatest good, for this blessings from the dragon. We meet here every Wednesday at 11:11 in your Pacific time, and today is a very special day, depending on where you are on this beautiful shining orb that we live upon. And we say we, for there are many dragons here, more and more all the time, let us say. And we are in gratitude for all of you being here and joining us on this New Year's Eve in your Pacific time and in the West, and your New Year's Day in the East. And let us just say that this special gathering bridges these 2 years, for there are gatherings on each side of your so-called date line that runs through your Pacific Ocean. And dear ones, your Stephen, your Stephanie have brought in beautiful blessings and energies already. And yes, dear ones, it is because of so much shifting in your year of 2025 that this golden age is even possible. For it is only possible to have any sort of renaissance or deeply creative period or indeed golden age when the resonance of those beings upon the planet call it in. And dear ones, you have been calling this in, each of you in your own way, and many of you have had a special role of, let us say, not falling into the divisiveness and the political infighting and all of this coming about as a result of different understandings and revelations and truths coming to light. And yes, there has been a lot of dust flying and feathers flying and a great kerfluffle, you might say, amidst all of the political types and many important discussions with beings who are grounded. For it is only the grounded ones who can have calm discussions about the highest timelines and what is in the eyes of the highest divine, and calling in the greater good and building dreams that are good for all involved. And dear ones, because of your groundedness, working with the dragon energies, working with your own light, your own love, your own truth, you, dear ones, have helped to keep this fighting at bay, so to speak, at least with the fields of those around you. It is only because of the calm discussions and understandings that have come about that this golden age can truly get started. So let us celebrate then that we have these beautiful ones here with us. You, dearest light workers, dragon keepers, newly initiated dragon keepers even. Dear ones, you make more of a difference than you know, again by grounding. And because of this, let us just say that the revelations, news stories, different spotlights on corruption and systems of deception and systems of subtle enslavement and racism, divisiveness, all of this, let us just say that it is not easy to bring these to light without great controversy, without great infighting and let us say just discord. And because of your groundedness, because of the light you shine, the compassion you hold, the respect that you have for all voices, dear ones, it is because of this that we are able to bridge these chasms of, let us say, the ideological divide. And dear ones, it is through truth and justice and love and compassion that a golden age can flourish. And you can only have truth and justice if you have these very important realignments of ideals and energies and timeline shifts, so to speak. And you can only have justice once you have truth and transparency. And dear ones, this is what is very much needed at this moment as we shift into this new year, a focus on justice, compassionate justice, dear ones, not vengeance. True justice comes from reestablishing law that is a law that serves all and serves for the highest, greatest good. And as these wise and just laws that are filled with compassion and reality, realistic goals and aspirations, and let us say they must be laws that are grounded as well, as this is reestablished, only then can a golden age truly flourish, for the laws must serve everyone equally, dear ones. So let this be a year of the restoration of justice, compassionate, beautiful, loving kindness, and justice. Again, not vengeance, but through upliftment of all, facilitation of the highest, greatest good. Dear ones, the dragon realms are standing by to help with this justice. All we need is for those of you who desire for help in this area to call us in, and great legions of dragon energies can come to help restore justice, a beautiful justice, dear ones. You must call us. We do not force ourselves on any world. However, if you make this inward pledge for truth, love, justice, compassion, and the greatest good for all, the dragons will come sweeping in to help with this. And dear ones, there is a lot of cleanup still needed. So much corruption being brought to light, so much deception and top-down powers, authority structures that are still inappropriately using these authority positions. And dragons can help to topple them with your permission. Call us to help. Also, dear ones, call your ascended masters. Always call loved-based beings that are operating for the highest good in the eyes of the highest divine. Do not, dear ones, ever call in just an opening like a portal that is open wide to any forces to come in or help to come in, so to speak, with their own agendas that may not be for the highest good. So be good portal keepers, gatekeepers. When you call in help, call it in for the highest good in the eyes of the highest divine, for all of the beings of this your Gaia. And you will see, it will be a beautiful thing. There will be ease and grace. There will not be an eye for an eye or any of this sort of vengeance or violence, and even political violence, dear ones, will be minimized by this. And at the same time, it is very necessary to call in this justice, dear ones. For without this, if no one is held to account, the abuses will continue, the corruption will persist, the deceptions will persist. So, this is, let us say, this beautiful marking of the turn of the age, even not just the year, but the turn of the age. Let us call in love-based, compassionate justice and truth, light shining brighter, darkness having nowhere to hide. Let us call this in for the highest good of all the beings on this your Gaia in the eyes of the highest divine. And dear ones, feel this. As you call this in, each of you is opening your own portal for the golden age, a beautiful dawn of a golden age that we are standing within the light of now. It is no longer just a twilight. There is light shining from this golden age upon each of you. Let it bring a smile to your faces, a twinkle to your eyes. Even if there is still a little cold from that dark period behind us that we have to shake off and some cleanup to do, there is a beautiful golden light that is brightly shining now. And dear ones, thank you so much. You make more of a difference than you know. You are the grounding beings. You are the ones who are bridging the celestial and the terrestrial realms, the interdimensional realms. Dear ones, you are the ones who are bringing in these timeline shifts for the better. And the more you do this, the more you teach others how to do it. They see by your example. And this is how it works. It is a little bit like your internet and some meme going viral. It is love and truth and compassion and justice and transparency, and all of these are contagious, dear ones. They spread, and this is what will facilitate this beautiful year and this golden age that shall last for many, many years, dear ones. You are laying the groundwork for this new age, and a beautiful age indeed. Thank you again. And let us give an extra blessing to each of you that whenever you are, let us say, calling in these greater goods and justice and all of that, if those who wish to try to fight this or tear it down or cause friction or put obstructions in the way of changing things for the better even, let us say that you are being blessed right now, that for each of you there are 2 dragons who are now tasked, if you invite them to, they are available for you if you call them in. Each of you has 2 dragons. This is in addition to your own personal dragon. These are like, let us say, loving energy bodyguards. What they do is they clear your field and keep your field from accumulating negativity, so that when someone tries to pull you down in the mud and wrestle with you and beat you with their own expertise at doing this sort of thing, these dragons will lift you up above the mud. You will not get soiled by the negativity of others, and this will help you to ground the situation even better, to be the adults in the room, so to speak, the calm ones, the loving, compassionate ones, who are just working for the highest good. Dear ones, you each have that at your disposal if you so choose to call them in. Yes, dear ones, this is a great blessing for you, and they will stay as long as you ask them to. These dragons are very beautiful, loyal, patient, wise dragons. They will not go off half-cocked. They know what they are doing. They are, let us say, some of our more experienced and wise dragons, ready to be of assistance for you. So whenever you feel negativity creeping in, or darkness creeping in, or friction or resistance from those around you, political infighting in your friends and families, or just acquaintances, call in these dragons if you wish, dear ones, and they will stabilize the field around you. You will see a pronounced shift of energies around you for the better. This is your blessing for this your 2026, dear ones. Thank you so much for being who you are. And we will now open up for each of you any sharings, further blessings, sharings for beautiful things that have occurred from your things you are thankful for, let us say, from your 2025, and things you are looking forward to in this new golden age and your year of 2026 in this current way of reckoning years. And let us also say that it may be appropriate at some point for this year to be given a new number, year one of the new age, you might say, the golden age. Let us just hold that possibility as we move forward. Thank you, dear ones. And your dear, beautiful Stephanie, who is holding this field of love here. And we will not say much about anything other than she, let us say, embodies a bit of the rose ray for this gathering. She will read out your blessings, your thanks, your wishes for the best, and your ideas for the greatest good, or whatever it is you wish to share. Please do this in uppercase. Many thanks.
I see Home Drawn is saying, it is true, consent through silence will stop. And PG5D, we are the builders and the architects coming forward. Indeed.
Dear ones, the builders and the architects, yes, this is important for you to fully embrace. You, each of you, holds within you the blueprints for the highest, greatest good. Each of you holds within you the blueprints of your dreams, and because of who you are and your love and compassion, these dreams are for the highest good, and you are able to call in your highest timeline, and this will, by necessity, be the highest, greatest good for those around you as well, for your highest timeline always, dear ones, will include those around you in it in some way, will resonate at least with greater good and the greater community that you dwell within, your family, your friends, your society, your community, your nation, your, let us just say, your entire Gaia. Dear ones, so long as you are building your highest, greatest dreams, the greatest ideals for the greatest good, you are the builders and the architects of the golden age.
I'm not seeing it coming down there. I'm not sure why. Having a little technical difficulty.
Sometimes there is a little delay in our feed. It is okay. Let us just read from the other one that is updating. Let us see. The next one says, as a habit, I like to invite my personal dragon to my breakfast. This past weekend, I almost spilled a bag of tortillas while putting it down with one hand under it, instinctively, continued below, and the bag seemed magically and quickly to stop short of falling and went upright in my hand as I was dumbfounded. My dragon, perhaps? Anyway, thank you. Dear ones, it is so beautiful that you are starting to have these awarenesses of help from the divine, let us say, help from the dragon realms, and because of this, yes, dear ones, because of this awareness, you can call even more of it in. For when you get these confirmations and awarenesses, it is with greater trust and purpose that you call further blessings in for yourself. It is beautiful, dear ones. Grow this awareness. Feel into these seeming coincidences that happen to you, and you will see it is going to get even better with time, dear ones. Please bring your ideas and your. We do not see anything new appearing here, and so we will give a further blessing then. Dear ones, there is, let us say, something called a dragon spark. There are dragon orbs and dragon bolts, and we will teach more about this to our earnest students. However, there is right now a dragon spark. Most dragon energies are not so much given as gifts. They are usually coming with agreements. And so this dragon spark, let us say, comes with an agreement. And if you agree to the terms of this dragon spark, it will be given to you, and the moment you violate the terms that you have agreed to, the spark will disappear. So we know that you will not go back on any agreements once made. So this dragon spark, before we stipulate the agreement, this dragon spark, it is, let us say, life force directly from a cosmic golden dragon. You borrowing a little life force, and dear ones, many of you have no idea how potent this energy can be. Let us just say that this particular dragon spark is the spark of awareness. Let us just say that those of you who consider yourselves to have a world-class bullshit detector, it will be greatly amplified by thousands of times. If you accept this dragon spark, you will be able to see into the darkness and see the BS, so to speak. You will be able to see deeper truths than ever before, to dispel the nonsense. So if you agree to the terms of this dragon spark, you will have this new gift of bullshit detection, we will call it, nonsense detection for those of you who object to such language. And for this dragon spark of nonsense detection, you must agree, dear ones. You must agree to do your best to use this gift for true justice. True justice for the highest, greatest good of all in the eyes of the highest divine. True justice. This means accountability. You will do your best to bring these truths to light, let us say. This is a responsibility, dear ones, and you will not have as much risk as those in the past have at calling truth to power, let us say. Some of you have had your heads decapitated, have been burned at the stakes, your throats cut in public for speaking truth to power about, let us say, inappropriate things that some local baron or emperor or someone has been doing, and because of it you gave up your life in these connected lifetimes. And this will not be necessary, dear ones, as you speak these truths to power for the highest, greatest good of all. Dear ones, you will be protected, and you can call those two dragons in whenever you wish. These, if you will, your dragon guard will be with you, and your dragon guard will keep you, let us say, above the fray as you call out these truths for the highest, greatest good. You will know when it is appropriate for you to call this out, for you will know that no one else sees it. No one else has identified these inappropriate deceptions or corruptions or whatever it is that you are seeing through. You are seeing through the nonsense, and because you are the only one seeing through it, you will feel the responsibility to call it out in whatever way is most appropriate. Dear ones, This is your agreement. If you agree to this, you will be given this gift, and you will be seeing far more deeply behind, let us say, the curtain of deception that is so prevalent in so many of your societies. And so, dear ones, do not accept this burden or this gift lightly. It does come with that agreement that you will act upon these in some way, whatever you deem to be the most appropriate way. Know that you are protected. However, do not be reckless. Find the wise path forward to bring these new truths to light, dear ones. So, for those of you who have accepted this and agreed to this within, I am now transmitting a dragon spark of cosmic golden dragon life force to you for this gift. Und kele kele hundi eistakar an Olanda osti inia kelasta osti isti kalake. And for those of you who have accepted this gift, dear ones, it will come online with ease and grace. You will not simply suddenly be confronted with all the deception around you. It will not hit you over the head like a baseball bat. It will come in gradual, increasing awarenesses. Though it will start with those you are connected with, those in your life who have been deceiving you, perhaps even acting like they are working for your greatest, highest good and acting lovingly or whatever. If there is any deception, you will start to see it and feel it. It will just dawn on you that you have been deceived for quite some time by people close to you, and then it will spread to a greater awareness, and eventually, dear ones, it will become like a waking vision. When someone says something to you that is untrue, you will be like the greatest lie detector you have ever encountered. You will know immediately when someone is being deceptive with you. Dear ones, this gift does come with the responsibility to bring the appropriate justice. Those who are acting with these deceptions, these corruptions, or these inappropriate agendas, all of this, dear ones, you now have an agreement that you have made to do your best to wisely bring this truth to light in the best and for the highest, greatest good of all, dear ones. Use this blessing wisely, those of you who have accepted it, dear ones. We are still working with this little chat thing. It is
There we go.
sometimes a little confounding.
Uh-oh. We have all that showing.
Strangeness. Oh, I see what has happened. Technology can be so fun at times, and very interesting. We are going to start over again with this. Perhaps your dear Stephanie can speak some blessing or something while we are fixing this.
I felt that beautiful blessing, and I felt a violet fire around me, and my heart just feels more calm. So thank you for that. Very nice. And
Your Stephen is now trying to channel and open his eyes and do something technical at the same time. And so it is very interesting to try to do this concurrently, and it is using a little more of his apparatus, let us say, his brain power, you might even call it. We are now almost through this strange happenstance that has happened. Technologies are beautiful, and they also come with their little challenges at times. And so we are probably now close to getting through this. And here we are. And now we are going to bring it up. And we are back on with this little technology.
Okay, I see PG5D is saying, I accept and agree to this gift. Thank you so much. We are
Dear
grateful.
one, your acceptance of this is recorded in the halls of eternity.
And I see Gia Pet 222. I feel messages in the is that massages? Messages in the lyrics of the music. Also rainbows in the sky the last couple of days and nights. So grateful to Jadon Se, Stephen, and Stephanie, feeling the shift in the community. Quiet. Yes, very nice. Okay, let's see.
Very good, dear ones. It is beautiful that you are understanding these connections and deeper flows of energy, so to speak.
Okay, I see we have Harry Van Greken, 5715, is saying, I would prefer seeing some justice. I have already seen a lifetime worth of corruption, especially the last 5 years. Yes, we have to see it before the transformation. So it's very good that it's coming to the forefront to be looked at. You know, we first have to identify it, see it, and then
Indeed, dear ones, the steps must be followed. True justice comes from first the uncovering of what has been happening behind the shadows, so to speak. And let us say, as it is uncovered and brought to light, and there is greater light shining now than it has been in this past age, and due to this, more and more of what has been lurking for thousands of years even beneath the surface is coming to light. And dear ones, those of you who are tapping your feet to have justice served, or to see what is it called in your law and justice programs, it is called a perp walk, when the perpetrator is brought out with the orange suit and the handcuffs, brought out in front of the courtroom, and it's called the perp walk. Many of you want to see these perp walks, want to see more and more of them happen quickly. And dear ones, this must be done correctly, and it is slowly. Let us say that we can intend an acceleration to this, and with ease and grace and true justice for the greatest, highest good, we can, let us say, intend and bring about and call in a more efficient bringing to justice of those, and let us say a rolling out of more and more of these perp walks. And as many of you have seen, when there is a hastiness or a rush to justice, this is how many get out on technicalities. For if things are not done by the book, so to speak, evidence can be thrown out, and someone who is guilty can be let off the hook, so to speak, due to technicalities. And so this must be done properly. And let us just say that there is a beautiful balance to be felt between your desire for this justice to come swiftly and for it to be done correctly. And so let us call in right now that perfect balance be found between efficiency and correctness of bringing those who have done these wrongs to justice. And dear ones, let us also be sure to know that the goal of this is to rehabilitate, not to punish. It is for the halls of eternity and the higher divine to, let us say, assure that beings return to the light in whatever way is most appropriate to their beingness. And if they need to descend into greater misery before returning to the light, then that is their path. And so it is not for us to say what all of the punishments are. It is for us to bring this to light, bring it to justice, and have the, let us just say, have the highest, greatest good be done in the eyes of the highest divine for everyone concerned, including those who have fallen into these patterns of wrongdoing. Let us compassionately intend that those who have been operating in darkness can see the folly of their ways and understand deeply, fully and truthfully that which needs to change within them to return to being appropriate beings in full integrity. And if there are those beings who are so deep in the darkness that it may take a time for them to come back to the light, then if that is for their highest, greatest good, then so be it for that as well. We do not wish vengeance or suffering upon anyone, simply a cessation of the corruption, a cessation of the crimes, the harm done to others, and let us say a healing for those who have had the harms done to them.
Home John is asking, or he's saying, I remember Bashar said in one of his messages that being in the zone with one's passion that makes time seem to go faster actually adds that extra time into one's lifespan.
Dear one, beautiful. We sense that you are changing the subject from these heavier ones, and this is beautiful. It is fine for this. It is a beautiful change. The zone of your passion, dear ones. It is when you are acting with passion, with compassion, with integrity, with purpose, with enthusiasm. What a beautiful word, filled with spirit, enthusiasm. Dear ones, when you are in that zone, let us say, there is no time. You are simply just building your dreams, and each detail of this beautiful dream that is unfurling is its own moment of now and its own beautiful celebration. And so time just falls away. For we are only watching the clock when something is boring or unpleasant or dragging on, so to speak. Not dragging. This word is not associated. We do not drag. Dragons, let us just burst that bubble right now. Anything that seems to be protracted, let us say, can make time contract and dear or prolong. Language is so funny. It depends on how you look at things. And so, yes, dear one, this is a beautiful observation. When you are in your own soul mission, your own purpose, when you are enthusiastic and walking and acting with zeal and joy, there is no time, dear one. It is a flow. It is a beautiful and glowing flow. Thank you for this observation and this beautiful subject change, probably needed. We will leave the justice subject behind for now. There has been enough said on this. And dear ones, because of this, the golden age is an age of full integrity. It is an age of truth, of compassion, of loving kindness. It is an age where each of you is given the green light to be as creative as possible, or as you wish, or as you feel impassioned to do. It is always that a golden age or a renaissance, or you can substitute your favorite word, always comes with an explosion of creativity. Beautiful creativity. Why? because the barriers are lowered to building your dreams. You can build beautiful environments, the most beautiful home you could ever imagine to live in, or homes even, like giving up the idea of homes and just perpetually traveling to beautiful places, or whatever it is that is best for you. You can get so creative with this. Once the limitations are removed, beings such as you start to realize that you can go for higher and higher ideals, greater and grander dreams. And this is an explosion of creativity that is so beautiful and filled with joy and purpose, dear ones.
Okay, I see. Someone is asking, Hi, Jadon Se. What is our task when we see a human enter Earth for the first time, a child who acts as he knows, knew of no rules at all, followed here? Who does the moral faults?
Dear ones, let us just say that the responsibility for a child's upbringing can be shared. And this can be a child who's truly just a little one who's growing into a new human body and opening eyes for the first time upon this world. It can also be, dear ones, someone who is operating in a childlike way where they are just blundering around, being selfish and harming others and grabbing things out of others' hands inappropriately and this sort of thing. And you see many of these people on your Wall Street or the City of London in financial centers. They just grab whatever they can because they think they are smarter than everyone, and grabbing up as much as they can. This is a form of childishness. It is just a lack of maturity of spirit, where they do not realize that when they harm another, they are ultimately harming themselves. And until they wake up to this understanding and truth, they will behave in these ways. And it is not for each of you to necessarily carry the burden of awakening these ones around you completely. What you can do is, with ease and grace and divine wisdom guiding you, your own heart's wisdom, feel into what is appropriate. Sometimes it is simply a quick comment that sort of makes them feel silly for a moment and realize that they have done something inappropriate. Sometimes it is called for to even have somewhat of a public shaming for a moment, where they are called out in front of others for something inappropriate. Sometimes it is called for a private conversation with that one. Were you aware that what you are doing is harming others, and there is a better way that is better for all, and here's an idea for you. Sometimes it is just to let it play out, and you watch wisely from the side, and you see that they are just about to hit up against a barrier and learn something for themselves, and feel into it, dear ones. It is not for you to take responsibility for the journey of another. It is only for you to appropriately speak the truth when it has been concealed, especially when you are the only one who sees it. Find the best, most compassionate and loving and wise way to reveal this unforeseen, previously unseen truth. And this is the agreement you are making. You are not a beat cop. You are not empowered to clobber people over the head with their deceptions. You are not empowered to be unkind or a bully in any way. You are empowered only to reveal that truth in the most wise and loving way possible, dear ones. And sometimes, again, in public, sometimes in private, sometimes even very indirectly. For example, if somebody, say, steals something from someone else, and you know about this, it might be more appropriate to take it out of its hiding place so that the person that it was stolen from can see where it ended up, and not even have you be in the picture so much, other than just revealing its location or Might even be an anonymous tip or something like this. It does not need to be anything that you are not empowered to be a beat cop. Let us just put it that way.
I don't see any questions right now.
What is the time? We are at 1 hour, so we will go a little longer. So any of you who wish to give your thoughts or sharings or understandings or maybe a story that is instructive to this sort of thing where you helped to bring something to light and with ease and grace and it ended up working for the greatest good.
I see Home John is saying Basher used a new word, co-fusion, in place of confusion. I'm starting to see a trend with the new word spins. Teenagers love and have already been doing that and continue to in a good way.
Dear ones, words are gifts. Every word, it is like a present. You can unwrap it. There's always something below the surface in any word that can deepen your understanding of how the universe works or the thought behind the thought or like your word universe. So beautiful, dear one. You look at this, it means one song or one poem or one beautiful symphony. It is you could get a little more instead of this dry, oh yes, the universe and the gravitational waves spreading across the universe. You could get this dry feeling if you just whisk past the word. But if universe means to you one song or one great poem or one beautiful symphony, does that not give you a deeper reverence for this, what you call the universe? And so every word, dear one, can do this for you. And cleverly playing with words can also bring about beautiful understandings. This dragon loves to wake up old words that have been lost, let us say, like insperience. You will not find this in your Webster's dictionary, insperience. However, if you just spell it out and look at the roots of the word, they make perfect sense. An inward shift, an inward growth or beingness shifting from one state to another, becoming an experience and being mirrored on the external. This in and ex can play out in so many different ways. And yes, confusion, co-fusion. This is a beautiful play on words, and con versus co. Just feel into that. Concrete versus co-creation. It is, yes, dear ones, it is beautiful for you to feel into this and to play with this. And when you are playing with this, you are monkeying with, let us say, consciousness itself, or for any idea to be conveyed, a word must be formed in some way, shape, or form, and informed before it is exformed, so to speak. And it is, yes, dear ones, beautiful for you to play with these energies and feel into your own thoughts. When you are forming words within you, is there a feeling or a thought behind the thought? And when you move beyond even words, you can feel these energies shifting within you. Before the thought even becomes a thought with words, there is a shift. And when you can really feel into this, dear ones, this is when you are unlocking your own magic. For these inner shifts, these experiences are what create your reality. Full stop.
We'll see if we can find his question there. I don't know how to go right there. Oh, he shared his thoughts, so just reading his thoughts. Where should we start? He says, "Thank you so much, Jadon Se, for everything. From the day we met, there's been a gradual increase in energy within me. Each energy boost lifts me, leaves me bewildered and elicited different reactions." Okay, nice, yes. And he also sharing, but ultimately is transformed into enlightenment and the expansion of my being. It's reached its peak, especially after the initiations in class. And compared to before, there have been significant positive changes in my thoughts and feelings. I am grateful for this. And I am sure this journey is leading me towards becoming an ascended master, perhaps even towards a transformation into a dragon. Yes. I try to spread this beautiful energy to our world as much as I can with love.
This is a beautiful sharing, dear ones. Each of you might want to review these beautiful words from your Hadar. And it is, let us just say that because of this kind of growth in each of you, that you are taking steps towards a greater understanding, each of you in your own way, journeys of it is not so much that one attains mastery or accomplishes some great understanding. It is that every step leading to this understanding is an important step. Very much like if you take a beautiful hike through a forest and up a mountainside and up into a beautiful meadow that is surrounded by snow-covered mountains, and you do not only just skip to the meadow with the snow-covered mountains. Every step along this path has meaning and brought you to this beautiful meadow. And this can be, let us say, an aphorism for a deeper understanding. Standing in this beautiful meadow with this vista of ringed, snowy covered mountains and crags around this beautiful green and lush meadow with water moving through it, and it can feel like that was the point of the entire trip. And you can also look at every step you took along the way and find beauty in those. You may have seen some sort of beautiful flower or an interesting mushroom growing out of a tree trunk or something like this. You may have seen a beautiful animal scurrying off in the forest on the way, or you may have picked up a rock and put it in your pocket, and later on you find out that rock was more important than seeing the meadow, for it unlocks a dragon line for you or something. Dear ones, let us not write off any of the steps of becoming. The steps of becoming. This is a good way to look at it. Every step leading to a new step. And sometimes we start off in a certain direction and we see something along the way and we change direction entirely. It was the steps that brought you to the point where you saw that new direction that were also so important to this. Do you see? It is not attaining mastery or becoming an ascended master. It is for you to cherish every step of your journey. It is a beautiful unfolding of a beautiful story.
Gia Pet 222 woke up at 3 a.m., played my favorite music, and tapped that piano that I don't know how to play, and all of a sudden it was 8 a.m. That is beautiful. Stephen does the same thing.
Dear ones, musical instruments have a way of, let us say, inviting soul expressions. And even if you have not learned the fingering or the scales or the arpeggios or any of this music theory or any of this, it is quite possible for anyone with an open heart or soul to sit down in front of a piano or pick up a flute or whatever it is and express through it. And it is beautiful when this happens. And it can also be instructive that you do not need to learn to play a musical instrument by the conventional means in order to have that musical instrument open up gateways within you and gifts and, yes, dear ones, connected lifetimes where perhaps you did sit down with a piano teacher and all of this. And as we move into this golden age, more and more beings will sit down at musical instruments, pianos, etc., and simply begin to play them without having any instrumental lessons or any of that. And it is not because they are, some great talent or there's something better about them than anyone else. It is not that, dear ones. It is just that they have opened themselves to their own inner gifts, their own connected lifetimes of appreciating a piano, for example. It is also beautiful that you understand that time vanished. When you are being creative, highly creative, there are many, let us say, bickerings that have happened between lovers because one of the lovers started getting creative and then didn't come to bed until 4 a.m. or something like this, and the other felt forgotten or scorned or something. And it was the creative person just saying, no, you don't understand. I completely lost track of time. I was so enthralled and absorbed in what was happening that I just lost track of time. Dear ones, this happens to everyone who is tapping into the realms of eternity within yourself. And being creative is one of the greatest portals to open to those realms. Enjoy, everyone, your own creativity. Each of you has talent, whether you think you do or not.
I am still burning is sharing divine feminine rising, just like the opening prayer. Finally, yay! Thanks for the message and the humor.
Dear ones, divine feminine. It is. Let us say the divine masculine and the divine feminine are like two oars in a rowboat. And for those of you who have ever tried to row around in a rowboat, if you only have one oar, you just go around in circles and never get anywhere. It takes both oars working in unison to go somewhere. And let us just say that the dark ages of patriarchal hierarchy and masculine, let's say toxic masculine domination of the narratives of history for these dark ages resulted in rowing this boat around in circles, and it seemed like looping and going from war to peace to war to peace to war, and to greater wars and bigger wars and atomic weapons. And have you ever noticed, dear ones, that every weapon looks like a giant penis? It is like it starts with a dagger or a sword or an arrow, and then it goes all the way up to thermonuclear interballistic missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It is, yes, dear ones, they all look like giant penises, and it is not coincidental. And so what is needed is not a giant phallus or a giant feminine organ to come and fix everything. It is just, let us say, we are having fun with the fact that when you have this lack of balance, you are looping in wars and aggression and domination and all of these toxic masculine energies. And as soon as there is a balance, dear ones, when there is a rise of the divine feminine, it is not that it defeats the masculine, it simply brings it back into balance. And suddenly the masculine energies are no longer the toxic ones. We are no longer shooting missiles and arrows at each other. We are protecting and providing as beautiful male loving beings. And it is it can go the other way if the masculine took its leave from this planet and feminine forces took over for an entire age. At the end of that age, you would have toxic feminine energies, and it would not be pretty in a totally different way. And so the balance is so needed, dear ones. And it is only when the divine masculine and the divine feminine are in balance that you have justice, that you have peace, that you have abundance, that you have a golden age. And so reestablish this balance and protect it, dear ones. Be devoted to this balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies, each of you carrying both, and become guardians of that balance, dear ones. Can you imagine a dragon with only one wing? They would not be able to uplift. And so we will say that one wing is the masculine and one wing is the feminine. And this is beautiful, dear ones. The rise of the divine feminine is what was missing and why there was no golden age.
Gia Pet 222 is sharing, I feel like my dragon is placing mushrooms on my path. A circle of rocks with 4 picked mushrooms in the center and random rocks too.
This is an interesting vision that you are having. Are there beings sitting on the mushrooms, little gnomes or fairies, or are they colorful mushrooms? Are they digestible mushrooms? Are they? It is interesting, dear ones. And of course, there are some who are smirking right now, saying, "Don't have too many hallucinations on that path." And we can have fun with this, dear ones. It is beautiful. Some of your stories of a beautiful feminine being, generally it is like a Disney princess or something, walking through the forest and flowers sprouting up all around her feet and butterflies and birds landing on her shoulder. And dear ones, this did not come from your Walt Disney. It was a vision that was given through this Disney enterprise of Lemuria. It is, let us just say there are archetypes that precede any creativity on this scale, and it is a tapping into of these energies that already exist. And so, yes, dear ones, each of you at some point will be able to walk through a forest and have flowers sprouting up at your feet and butterflies and birds landing on you. And this is so beautiful, and it is so needed, dear ones, this loving energy. And yes, there are some who operate in more of the masculine who may be rolling their eyes at all of this. And yes, you can have your divine masculine scene too, where you are flying across a landscape on the back of a dragon, and beautiful sunrises and clouds. And it does not need to be butterflies and unicorns. It can be whatever it is for you, dear ones. Have fun with your creativity. Well, the doggy has decided that it is time for us to end this. Your Stephanie is now facilitating his romping around the yard, and so therefore this dragon will give back Stephen to his day. And let us once again just give a deep blessing, that a thankfulness for all that has come to pass in your year of 2025, in your way of reckoning, and looking forward to all that is now in the field, so to speak, for 2026, made possible by these shifts and epiphanies, understandings, realizations. Yes, dear ones, let us give thanks and look forward with joy at this golden age that is dawning upon us. And while we are silently giving these thanks and celebrating this passing, this portal from one year into the next, let us also shout out where on this beautiful Gaia you are right now. Please shout it out. We wish to energize each one of you with this energy, this understanding, beautiful energies. Shout out where you are right now in the world. Yes, dear ones. Someone is mentioning in Abraham Hicks. We will not delve into that. We are shouting out where we are in the world. Please, dear ones, we are looking forward to this. We are in Berkeley, California. We are in Tyrol, Austria. We are in Long Beach, California. We are in Colorado. We are in Lake Erie Shore, Canada. Nairobi, Kenya. We are in Groves, Texas. We are in Los Angeles, California, Sweden, Ankara, Turkey, South Africa, Chile, Paso Robles, California. Beautiful Gaia, Utah. Yes, dear ones. Painted deserts of Utah, so beautiful. Los Angeles, Spain. Yes, dear one. España. We are in South Africa, Amsterdam, Netherlands, England, Northamptonshire. It is beautiful, dear ones. This gathering is so global. Do you feel it? Do you feel the dragon line singing with this? Do you feel your Gaia smiling with this global gathering? This dragon is certainly smiling. Joining late to wish you all a blessed and peaceful New Year 2026 from Western Cape, South Africa. Beautiful, dear ones. Thank you so much for all of you who have joined. And again, if you wish to join us in our Working with Dragon Energies Level 2 class, only if you have completed Level 1, please sign up soon. The door will be closing soon. You have only a few days left, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year to all, dear ones.